since I've been away. Trying to breathe, but I can't find my way. Can't find my way, can't find my way. No one gets me the way you get me. No one makes me this crazy, baby. Need to get away while I'm wide awake. No one gets me the way you get me. No one makes me this crazy, baby. Need to get away.
Welcome, everybody. It's your boy, Social Mother Effing Heavy. Signing in here, grab your pen and paper, and we're gonna run through it quick today. As you know, it's a short day. And with that, let us begin. 5, 4, 3, 2. Ethereum's very interesting right now, by the way. Oh, live. Let me double check something real quick. Okay. That's right. Ooh, I don't think I have the chat box open. Give me a second. Right out. Oh, okay. No, that's off. You get the chat box open. Why is it showing you that one? That's great. Oh, okay, I was like, what the fuck? Tripping the fuck out. Chat box. There you go. Okay. That's gone. Cool. I'm gonna pause, wait for a little bit, wait for someone to get in here. Okay, waiting for someone to pop in. I guess I'll throw this on Twitter. Yo, what up, bro? I'm in a small short, by the way. I'm about right here on ETH. Exactly this high, honestly. I didn't get in on that high. I got in right here, and then it dropped and retested my entry. I went slightly negative right here, but I trusted. I was going to exit if this trend line broke again. Held there. Reasoning was this just feels like a diagonal up here. And I had a feeling this was going to happen because this triangle formed here. Or it wasn't a triangle, it ended up being a flat, which always happens. Contracting flat. A, B, C, or even from here, A, B, C. Either one works for me. And then A, B, C. This is clearly three waves, A, B, C. So, and then again, this, I haven't looked into here, but it's probably three ways as well. One may argue that you could even say this was A, B, C. And your 4 and 2 is this. To me, 2 ends there. And it was A, B, C, D, E. 1, A, B, C up here. And then whatever. Stops currently this high here. I will add as soon as this breaks here. They're both trending negative now, which you can start adding. But typically what I like to see is a retest or a bounce. Let's see if they actually hold. I like how this is negative now. Basically confirms that if once this crosses, confirms everything. On the 13 minutes, it's what the trigger idea was off this time frame. Hold on a second. Someone's DMing me over here. Cool. Yeah, there are a few more people in here. Hold on. Sorry, hold on. I just want to do something real quick. Would you believe the audacity of some people? Ridiculous. Asking certain things. Bitcoin held fairly well, which makes me believe we're going to move up still. I'm going to go ahead and possibly hedge this. The reason for this is because we're still within that 2-hour block, which will end in 40 minutes. 45 minutes, that usually will poise the high or low up until London. So the low today was here, somewhere down here. And it was also the NYCOB of today, which on Bitcoin is over here. Notice that we're in that 2-hour closing block. Now I adjusted mine because I didn't want my London on there anymore for the time being. I might put it back, but I just can visually, I don't really care about the order block for London necessarily, just for it's open, the timing of the open. So let's get rid of these real quick. So we noticed that on Bitcoin, our NYCOB is bullish. Right, it's bullish. We broke out of it. So if we are to retest it, which is the hopes here, it'll be a very good, especially if we get OTE, it'll be an extremely good entry for Bitcoin. For now, I just think Bitcoin's in a better setup for a short. Ethereum kind of retraced a little bit. I don't like how this looks like this looks bullish for Bitcoin, so I wouldn't necessarily short Bitcoin until, fortunately, probably wouldn't short Bitcoin just because of that aspect. We're over that range right here, this little mini range, right? Well, maybe you want to short it though. The same thing with Ethereum. This looks like 5 up, which would typically call for a retrace, unless I'm monumentally wrong. So how do you trade all this? These are indicators. Notice how we're rolling down on Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's not necessarily a great short for rolling down. I like Ethereum better as a possible short if you haven't got into one, just because we've broken down, retested a pivot. Now all we have to do is hold these levels here, which is probably lines up with the 786, 618. Yep, right there. Just between this box here, those 2 levels mentioned. So as long as this area holds those cross bears, which they have, this is bearish trending, which is the 5. I think this is a 5 minute. Yeah, 5 minute time frame momentum. And then as long as this agrees, and this breaks, it starts going green. We hold this as a. It'll most likely, as soon as if these really do cross, this goes green. Like that. And this one goes purple like that. Then the price will most likely pop up like this, reject this area I'm talking about, and send it back down. If we're wrong, price can come here, there, and then you have to immediately get out of your position. If not, have your stop right there, because this is gonna go higher. I'm in spot longs from down here, low 1300s. Sorry, down here. Wait, that's even lower. Sorry. Where are we at? Sorry. Sorry, this is my zoomed in chart. It's hard to see on that one. 1330. Where the fuck that is? Or 1430. Can't remember. One of those numbers. I think it was 1430. This looks too low for me. I think I got it like right here. Yeah, 1430, which is right here. This makes more sense. Which is good. But anyways. Yeah, it's just looking at these. This is the old all-time high, I think, or it's way over here, whatever, 15,000, whatever. which is probably something we need to make note of. Does anyone know the all-time high of Ethereum? You can check another chart. It was wow, no way. We check Coinbase. I guess. Oh shit. So wild. I'm just looking at the price action. This looks so crazy. So let's get one of these lines. Damn, it's way down there. So that's an old all-time high. Interesting. Crazy. That's a previous one. So yeah, if this is gonna be true, I expect this to not retrace very much. It's all very suspect just because the way this move looks subjectively could be taken from here, which makes it a different degree, which screws everything up. We'll cover the other coins we usually cover today as well. Above that, you're super bullish. But anyways, it's very risky shorting ETH. I wouldn't really recommend running it because we just broke the all-time highs again. They're trading above the old all-time highs, which is around here, 1440. The only way I'd recommend shorting it again is if those exact same thing happened, which it kind of did already happen. Went down, popped up a little bit as it was crossed. I'd wait for those to break, but essentially the play was this. I saw this divergence. 0, 1, 2. Here's X. We attacked X now. All we have to do is hold 786 on a retrace, and if we do that, we're just most likely going to go down and test the next pivot, which is again, just mark those levels. So we're not confused on how the system works. The way I typically trade. Right there. So as long as we go boom, boom, you expect this to rest down here. Which I do expect this to hold. Which is the old all-time highs. Lines up with a decent order block there too. Right there, boom. Already marked out for y'all. This one's a good one too. Could have broke the all-time highs. Which I'll allow a retrace to that low. Let's mark our levels for this. For now, again, I'm in a short on ETH. And I'm also under spot long. So this is kind of like a hedge against that spot long. And I'm willing to buy more spot all the way down to here. Bearish underneath this level. I would not want us below this level. I would not want us to break this trend line here. I like this area, this order block, and it lines up with these two Fibonacci levels in terms of placement. This order block's decent, and lines up with this one, but I don't like how shallow it is. But it is common for very explosive moves to only retrace this low in the crypto, so I wouldn't be surprised. The only thing I don't like for this setup is the fact that ETH is momentum on the downside in terms of a setup. But again, I took the short when I was about right here, not quite all the way down, which was okay. And I saw this cracking, breaking low, and like I said, the structure looked bearish in terms of Elliott wave. This could even just be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is still not done, which I tend to believe, honestly. Just because of how long this took. You expect in a true impulse, you expect one wave to be an extension, at least one. I don't think wave 3 was of wave 1. Oof, it was so close. But not quite. This is already extended. But to me, this looks like looks possibly unfinished. Right, so we'll look for this area to hold, especially since it lines up with this trend line, previous all-time highs, order blocks. This is on a downside. Again, I don't recommend a short from up this level here. We're kind of bouncing on X pivot here. If you're gonna take a short, I would like it closer to this level there. Watch for a lower time frame, like the 1 minute, to sway your position to really show you where to go. Like this. Come here. In the level we can't cross. It's right there. On close, we can't cross and close. It's right at the top of this box. I want to like it's above this level here, which is my entry point. If this trend bullish, they have to get out. I should be in a normal condition. I would be having my position, since he's flipped back bullishly, and this is about to cross bullishly again. As soon as I cross the bullish, I usually would lessen my position, and or even exit my position entirely. But since this could possibly be a very lucrative move, and I know where I'm wrong here, I'm willing to hold on to this, especially since this is starting to trend bearishly, and it's looking starting to round off a little bit. It's 4:30 now. Bitcoin continues to hold this level. Man, that looks really bullish, but structurally it just looks like a diagonal, but this little microstructure looks bullish. Little tiny structure looks bullish. Let's see. Let's go to Link real quick. I haven't tested NYCOB with Link so much, so I'm not willing to put that on the chart for now. And we'll cover as soon as 5 o'clock ends or comes around, or if you want to cover those two things now. We can cover it now. Shit. My friends. Alright, so just for our new member, welcome again, welcome, stay loaded, or say Lohad. Something like that. Which is probably just another guy who comments. I like that name. First off, every single day, if you're a day trader, you want to mark off your daily open, daily high, and daily low, which I provide a very free indicator for everybody to use, which is called levels. Look it up. After you're done with it, take it off. So you don't move these, lock them if you want to. I had a trouble with moving them a lot. So this is link. So if we're trading a link right now, which we could, if we wanted to. We look for a divergence to form. I see a mini divergence right here. Right? Not only that, this is topped out, which gives us the criteria that we can make a trade or enter a trade. The criteria we look for is a hefty divergence, or a when RSI and SSRSI both top out in tandem, or bottom out in tandem. I haven't really traded Link too much with this strategy, but with Bitcoin and Ethereum it works really well. And all OG Chevy does is confirm it all after the fact. So like in today's sense, if we're going to look for this trade, looking for a short, we're making sure it lines up with an order block of some sort on the, so we're not like shorting into blankness. We have a very weak one here. So if our hourly closes above this level, I would be very out of my position. Which it has, we have, what's the time? $30 minutes. So if we close underneath this level, this is a decent short still. Reason why we're anticipating Bitcoin to pull back, because structure and all other sort of stuff. Coming into an order block. We have a non-hourly in a sense, but we have some pretty hefty divergence on hourly, which also helps with the idea. And we have a topped out indicator here with divergence as well. It's even better when you have a topped out stochastic with a topped out RSI with a divergence like this. It makes it better. So you'll take this short with your stop at the high, partially, put on an OG Chevy. As soon as this breaks bearishly, it should give you a short. Then you want to also dive into your 5 minutes. I mean, it used to be a 5 minute, but I changed it to 1 minute. To me, it just works better. So. Essentially just waiting for your confirmation, which is when this line breaks this plus this trending bearishly. As soon as all those three things hit at once, you're now in a bullish phase, a bearish phase, and it's not flipped until all of those things flip on the other side. So you go, like this would be a loss here because you went positive, positive, positive. So it would have been a loss right here. When three of them, this usually confirms the Elliott wave, confirms this divergences we're seeing on a lower time frame in terms of using our system, the indicators. This is OG Chevy, by the way, still. 21, 220, all these are off on a lower time frame. And this is, you don't need this on, you only need these two on the lower time frame. This is set at 5 and 25. Depending on the coin, if it's very Bitcoin, you can get away with 14, but like on coins like Link and stuff that are very like, see how it moves up and down a lot, but this is all a downtrend, but it moves up and down a lot, right? But it's all downtrend. You want to trade from here to here, right? And so a 25 helps eliminate all that stuff. Again, if it's a wash, you would take a loss right here, but that was a good trade, and that's a good trade, whatever. And this is a phenomenal trade, right? So even if we would have broke even there, this would have probably definitely took up for it. Oh, this right here, I'll try to update it. Yes, the other day I tried to update it on TV, and it didn't let me. It literally wouldn't let me. It just like I pressed the button to publish and nothing would happen. And I logged out, reset, not reset my computer, but like refresh the page, close the page, all that good stuff, and none of it worked. So today I'll try to actually upload it. It's been like 3 days since it was doing that weird thing. So all it is just more of a visual. It's the same SRSI bands we've been or high, low, open, close. I got rid of the candles. I just feel like we don't need them now. We're more advanced, I'd hope. And plus, there's that one candle video I found on YouTube that just works so well in terms of understanding how candles work and stuff, that I don't think we need the candles on SRSI anymore. So I got rid of them. So yeah, I added a slower RSI because this one moves. It's not much of a difference, but it's enough for me to like it. This could even probably be a really good strategy. Longing and shorting the break of that. Let's look at that. Probably would, but until this stuff happens, then you might get fucked. So all this is just shows you momentum based on the middle band, which is always the trigger thing we've always been using. So nothing really different in terms of what I've been trying to teach you guys and how to use this. But now it just adds more of a visual to help you understand it more, I guess. So again, you would have longed here, and price broke this. All this went negative, which you probably could have exited your short long. Or if you had balls of steel and really, this is the big kahuna right here. This is the one that matters the most, in my opinion. Followed by the 220, and then this is just your trigger. You don't even need this. You could just run off the 2-minute adjusted time frame if you time frame momentum if you wanted to as your trigger. It works just the same. It's just on preference. Oops, wrong thing. Just on preference. Yeah, so if on Link, this divergence we're seeing, which is from If you don't start trading below this level here, I'm gonna be very. This is actually your X pivot right here on link, which would it's an area we need to start trading underneath. We attacked it, which is fine. I would much rather break it to confirm the divergence. If you were to break that this pivot here, it would have confirmed this divergence was a better, more confidence, and that means you would have shorted this move, the counter move, with more confidence, as long as it stayed underneath the 786. That is very crucial to any reversal. True reversal. In terms of if it's actually reversing in an impulsive fashion, it will not retrace more than 786 or in any direction. So this way, or even on the bullish side. So if it coming down like this, boom, 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 boom. Oh shit. Oh. Like that, right? Ooh, damn! What the hell? And you break up, boom, boom. And retrace like this. As long as you hold the 786, it's potentially a true reversal. As long as it breaks the pivot here, somewhere in here, and holds the 786, it's possibly a true reversal. You can aim for that high bare minimum and the next pivot as your target. Essentially the shit we're going here for now, but this is like holding here. Again, the trade was up here. You can't trade this now. This is too late. It hit this. The only way you could trade this if it bounces towards the 786 and you really, really had confidence that this idea, the divergence on the higher degree and the hourly, a topped out stochastic on the 15-minute whatever will hold. The only way you can enter is if that happens and it attacks that 786, which happens a lot. You'd be surprised at how often you get an entry if you're just patient and it will attack it. You might get scared, like, oh man, it's really gonna break the high again, blah blah blah, blah. But you watch for a little rejection, watch for a mini reversal on a lower time frame, using the same concept here, and then short it, stop there, and then aim for that low to break. As soon as it breaks that low, you can lower your stop, target for the next pivot, which would be down here, which will line up with the NYCOB, which again I have not studied it on link and how well it works, but on all other coins you would respect the NYCOB and close out partially on it, if not reverse, depending on the situation. I saw ICX moving today, so I wanted to see something. We had a little bounce. I'm not really excited for that too much. Yeah, I don't like that. Okay, let's look at XRP and see if there's any setups. XRP. So if we don't break that high by 5, I think we're going to be in a good short. I think that short's going to hold for now. What? That was so freaking just brutal, man. I really wish I was awake to see it do this, but it's at 4 a.m. I don't wake up till 6:30. She's right there. Which at that point I was like, well, I don't want to chase, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's fucking just died. Very unfortunate. We gotta look at it on this degree though. My freaking leg itches. Jesus Christ. Look at that buy order from Chevy. Fucking just killed it. The 5-hour fucking was just ridiculous. But then again, you would have got caught with your pants down on that. You wouldn't have got out to that right there. And your gain would have only been 55%. Which is still good, but like, you missed out on 170%. So that's always good to listen to your other indicators, like this, telling you, hey look, we're topped out. Hey look, we're topped out. Plus we got divergence, which is even better. Boom. Usually when you're topped out on your stochastic, you want your RSI to top out with the divergence in that same time frame. Okay? To have more confidence in that being a top. So again, if you would have been using a system, you know you had divergence at 0, 1, 2. So as soon as this candle closed right here, and you got that divergence right here, you could have shorted it or shorted into it. You probably would have got stopped out, but as soon as we started trading back below that high, I would have re-shorted it. Just because I would have just had faith in this being a top, because look how toppy everything looks. You know? And you would target for that pivot to be broken in less time and complexity. If it's broken in less time and complexity, that means you have a chance for a true reversal. As long as you hold the 786, which is about right here. Typically that X pivot on the same side, if it's broken, will hold as a rejection point. So that's why I'm looking for XRP to do this at come lower. I think this was a scam pump. This was the ABC. Unless for some reason this is oddly just something I just missed. I don't know. We'll see. So the hourly looks terrible. It's crazy. The 5 hour looks good. Daily looks 13-minute looks kind of like nothing. Sorry, I was counting waves. A, B, C. I think this is going to happen. Now it's just timing it all, which I missed this. I was trying to time this and I just missed it all. Fucking fucked up. I'd honestly just watch for this. I like how these are both bullish now. This is a three-way pattern, so I know it's going to be bearish at some point. So this is a risky play. The safer trade would be the short of this move here, because you know, unless it starts turning into a leading diagonal on a higher degree, which I doubt it will, you know that since this is a three-way pattern, this is most likely going to be a flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as soon as we hit count 5 up, you go short with confidence. Look for this move to be broken less time and complexity. As soon as it's broken less time and complexity and holds at 786, you can add to your position and look for that reversal. So this long I want to get on XRP is very risky. I'm not going to buy in now just because momentum's not positive right now. Let's go to adjusted, which I want to see, which is 5. The 5 minute is there, which tends to be a really good scalp leading indicator, but it could get you in trouble like here and out of your really good short position from there prematurely. Zero, 1, 2. That's X pivot right here. Notice how we're rejecting it. If we're above it, I would definitely be in a position to long it. If we're like this, I'll be in a position to long it like that, but we're not. I need price action to prove to me that we're going to reverse. To me, it looks like it wants to go lower like this. So, you bastard. ABC, X, ABC. I'd watch for this guy to hold right there. One last time for Old Glory, hold. If it makes it flat right here, oh, that'd be so bad for XRP. If this happens, I think they're losing. If this structure happens, I think they're losing their lawsuit. What's the SEC? If this structure happens, if we start trading above here, I would question my idea. As long as you stay below this level, which is the X pivot on this higher degree, we had a divergence between this point, this low point, and this high point. And you look for the highest pivot that meant something in that time frame, and it was this one. All right, that's essentially it, though. I'm still holding that short on ETH. Still holding spot longs. We crossed and we had that little pop-up like I anticipated. It did not reach for that box like I thought it would. And there goes that dump on Q. Give me one moment. One moment. Sorry. So now we're looking to sell the opportunities. Preferably, we want to start breaking pivots in less time. Still more time. But not much. So it's good that we broke this pivot, that's good. Or in this pivot, which is also good. In terms of looking for a true reversal, if this is truly a reversal. This trendline break was crucial. What's more important though is this 21 moving average. And now we're trending underneath it on this 13-minute time frame. It's really good for intraday momentum bias when it lines up with this. Yes, it's broke below. Oh, I was like, why does that make sense? Like, it doesn't look the same. Boom, boom. Ride that pony, ride it. It's showing bearish momentum. You probably want to get out of your position. Well, you know it breaks lower. You could possibly even short that if you know structures. That's a little flat there. A, B, C. Held those order blocks there, right? Held those order blocks. If your bias was up for the day, for NYCOB, let's check what NYCOB was for that day. It was bullish, so you wouldn't be shorting. You'd be waiting for this, and then you buy back or look for a buyback. And as soon as it went right there, is when it went positive on RSI, and you buy into it right there. Set your stop logically right there, depending on your risk limit, and then just ride that pony. You got this pretty nasty divergence. You want to pay attention to divergences. If they're not true until proven. Remember the system. So if you're thinking 0, 1, 2, right here. So if this is your divergence high you're looking at, you would have to have this low broken in less time and complexity. But it didn't. See, it was 1, 2 candles to that high point on divergent, and we 1, 2 candles, but we made a new high. So obviously it didn't work. So it was false. And then again, right here. So we had 0, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3 candles. And on this candle, after this candle, we had one candle that swiftly broke all that. But then the retracement on the next candle was over 78%, which told you that this divergence that you saw in this little move was going to be false, and it's going to be broken up again, which happened. And this time, these dots mean it's this kick-ass signal, which are better forms of divergence. They don't come out, they don't show as often as the regular form divergence for a reason. Okay, so when you see those, pay more attention to it. 0, 1, 2. This pivot was right here. Notice how we never broke that low, or never closed below it. So that divergence that we saw right here was false the entire time. Not one time did it play true. There was that low point, right? Right there. Right? We had 0, we had 1, we had 2. Divergence, here's the pivot. We're taking too much time already. It took 2 candles to make that pivot, right? Well, 1, 2, 3 candles. So 1, 2, 3. 3 candles. But this time we should have already attacked it or been inside of it or something, but we weren't. So this told you that most likely that if we do retrace lower, it's going to be a buying opportunity, especially if that pivot holds. And what happens? We retrace, and that pivot holds the entire time. Look, never closes below. And then at NYCOB is bullish, rallies up. You must be asking why you're shorting if NYCOB is bullish. Well, I have other understandings of structure, like I like wave that helps me enter trades that others may not see. But yeah, the idea is that if this is truly true, wave 5 was the extension. Typically in a wave 5 extension, you look for wave 3 at a lower degree to hold, which is right here. But I'm also going to look for this NYCOB to hold down here. I'm also on alert that this could be a monumental 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So I'm also on alert for that. If my lower time frame indicators flip bullish here, if it breaks back above the 220 weighted moving average with this 21, I have no choice but to get out of my position, my short position. Okay? But alright guys and girls, that's essentially it. It was a short day today, just covering potential setups and trades, what I'm looking for, going over, the next 24 hours. if I'm right, I'm thinking we're going to retrace the next 24 hours, which then will be another buy opportunity probably tomorrow morning around 6 to 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Which right now it is currently 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is NYC close. So if anyone has any last minute questions or concerns, this is your time to ask them now, because I'll be getting out of here if I don't have any of those. Okay? Nice quick short ones today. I like trading days rather than analysis days. Analysis days take longer. Okay, we're looking for directional bias in terms of high degree directional structural bias. Jesus Christ. Fucking kids. Alright, friends and family members of Elliot freaking Trading. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll roll like this again Thursday, same time too, as well. We'll catch NYC close. To me, it's more exciting. We'll have more opportunities. We'll have more of an opportunity to actually get in a trade at the time. I came a little late. That's why I unfortunately was in that trade a little bit earlier. If you guys don't believe me, by the way, I can show you that little green symbol. I stop in my position. Skew. Just in case. Don't have to be a fibber. Alright guys, I'm gonna go grab some hamburger buns. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll catch you all on Thursday. 3 to 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'll kick it off, alright? Stay tuned and watch for the link to drop on Twitter. Peace the freak out, my friends.
It's been a while, babe, since I've been away. Trying to breathe, but I can't find my way. Can't find my way, can't find my way. No one gets me the way you get me. No one makes me this crazy, baby. You get away while I'm wide awake. No one gets me the way you get me. It's me this crazy, baby. You get away. easy for me to escape.